Hello guys, welcome to my channel. My name is Jessica Neka and today we're going to be making a bridal gown, and all you would need is an old bralette top just like mine. Now to start off your pattern, fold your fabric in half. I marked my waist measurement and seam, which is divided by 4, and on there I mark 8 inches downwards to get my hip. It is standard, and there I would mark my hip measurement divided by 4 plus seam allowance. Now I am just going to mark where I want my knee to be, which is 2 inches above my knee measurement. Mine is 22.5. My knee measurement is 24. Now I mark 22. On there I would mark my hip measurement minus 2 inch. That is what I marked at my knee because I want it to be fitted around my knee. So now I am just connecting the lines. Now next thing you're going to do is from that point I am going to take 29 inches. That is for the length of where I want my skirt to stop. Now from that part also I'll take 29 inches. Now I'm just going to keep taking 29 inches all around. What I'm trying to create here is it's more like a slash and spread kind of a pattern, because I don't have a pattern paper right now, so I am just trying to do that by hand on my fabric, and that's just what I'm trying to do. That's the effect I'm trying to create, a slash and spread kind of effect. So I'm just going to go in and cut that out. Now our front pattern is ready. Now fold your fabric in half to cut out the back, and I'm going to leave that space for the zip. I am going to be using 1 inch, and I will mark it from the top to the bottom for my zip seam allowance. Now I am just connecting the lines. Place your front fabric on top of your back fabric on the zip line, as you can see. Make sure it's in place, and as you can see my front fabric is way wider than my back, so I am going to go in and rearrange that. So I am just trying to reduce my fabric. As you can see, I am creating another line. So now I am trying to add like a little train to my back, because I don't have enough fabric anymore. So I am just going to manage what I have. So to create my train, I am using about 15 inches, and I am going to connect that to that. As you can see, I am using my chalk to retrace. Now I am just going to cut that out. Now cut the back part open, your center back. Cut it open so that you would have 2 center backs. Now I am just cutting off that excess and also cutting my back fabric together. It's easy guys, there's really nothing to it. It's really simple. Just try it out, and please send it to me on Instagram. I'll be delighted to see what you make. Now for the bralette, I am going to cut out that back open for my zip. Make sure you cut it straight so it doesn't look funny. Now I am just marking out same 1 inch I marked for my skirt, for my zip, and I'm going to do the same at the other side. 1 inch straight down. So now place your center backs together. Make sure it's in place and mark 8 inches downwards, and from that line start marking your 1 inch for the zip all the way down. Now once I am done marking, I will sew from there to the bottom. So now once you're done, I would go on and pin that, the remaining part that will be for my zip. I'll pin that in place, and that is what I am doing here. So now I will place my the front of my skirt to the back of my skirt, and I would be joining the seams. First of all, mark your seam allowance. Now once you're done doing that, I marked from top to the bottom, and I will sew from the top to the bottom. And I would also do the same to the other side of my side seam. Now on my lining, sorry, I did a little bit of joining because my lining wasn't enough. So moving on, I would place the center back of my lining with the front, and I would be joining the side seams together just like I did for the front. For this tutorial, you might decide not to use a lining, it's up to you. But for me, I like to give my garment that professional finishing touch so it looks more cool and classy. So I'm going to be placing the wrong side of my bralette to the good side of my skirt, and I am going to start pinning. I would pin all the way to the other side of the zip. All the way to the other side of the zip. Now this is it. Once I am done pinning, as you can see, the bralette is on the good side of the fabric. Now from the zip part, I am going to sew all the way to the other zip part. All the way to the other zip part. I'm just going to join the bralette with the skirt to hold it in place. Now I have a tutorial on how to fix an invisible zipper. Go to my channel, it's going to be in the description box, and you're going to see the video. You're going to watch and learn easy way to fix your zipper. So for now, I'm going to be moving on. Now I am joining the good sides of my lining to the good side of my fabric, and I am going to be using a horsehair braid, and I'm going to place it right there and start pinning just at the edge. Now I would pin all the way around. And once I am done pinning, I am going to be sewing on 1/2 inch just at that edge, and I am going to sew all the way around. Now this is it once I am done sewing, and next thing you're going to do is just turn your fabric in a way it's going to be easier for you to sew, and I'm going to stitch that horsehair braid to my lining. I'm going to stitch that horsehair braid to my lining. by 1/2 inch or 1/4 inch. Now this is it. Once I finish stitching, and I am going to be using a hand needle to hold the lining, the horsehair braid to my fabric. Now I am stitching in such a way that the needle is not showing at the good side of my fabric. I am doing it in such a way that the stitches is not showing at the good side of my fabric. Now once I am done stitching, I would cut and knot my thread. And I will space. As you can see, it's not showing. Now I would space and I would sew right there again. Be careful when you sew so it doesn't show on the good side of your fabric. And make sure when you're sewing, you're creating the knot so it stays in place. So I would cut that out again, and I would, as you can see, it's not showing. I would move again and sew right there. Now once you're done sewing, make sure you create a knot and it doesn't show on the good side of your fabric. And I would move again and I will sew right there. And I will move again and I will sew right there. You just keep going and going and going till you get to where you started from. So now I would join my lining to the rough edges of my waist joining. Now once I do that, for the zip part of my lining, I am going to hand sew in such a way that it won't show at the good side of my fabric. I am just stitching the zip part of my lining to the zip part of my fabric. As you can see, it's not showing. I will do that all the way to the other side. Just like that. Once you're done, you should have your seams in place and no rough edges showing up, and everything is intact and neat. Now I am just going to be using appliques to design the bralette, and those black design on the lace, I am going to cut that out much later. Now I am just pinning and very much going in and trying to create how I want my design to be. Now I have a video on how to cut your applique. Please go and watch that. And I also have a video on how to install your invisible zipper. Oh, and I later went into this applique design I made, and I changed it up a little. So you can very much go in and do yours and just create any design you want. So I've done that on that side. I'm going to do that on the other side. So I am going to be using the stones to create my designs, and I'm going to be using these bigger ones. As you can see, it has holes in them. I'm going to be hand sewing that to my bralette. Now I have started placing in my stones and figuring out where I want them to be. And I would be using this glue to glue in the little stones. So guys, this is the finished look, and hope you liked the tutorial. Please, if you're new, subscribe and like. And to all my subscribers, you guys are amazing. Thank you to all of you. Thank you for watching. And please do make yours and send it to me on Instagram. I would love, 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 love to see what you make. Bye guys. See you in my next video. Cheers.